hardly any noise at all. Noise is about an S1, so the band is very quiet. The other day it was really, really noisy, so probably why why I'm picking up so well. K0JTA, WB6JFH, go ahead.
Okay, real good. Now, my noise floor is right down there, but there's always a background noise. And I noticed that if with the weaker signals, you're down there closer to the noise level. I don't know how many dB above the noise level you were, and I'll have to have a look there just to see what that's all about. Let's see, I'm going to turn my monitor down just, if I can get to it there, turn it on just at least one click. I can hear myself, and I suppose you could probably hear that in the background then also. But at any rate, let's see, something else I was going to mention, forgot about that. Well, at any rate, I guess the point was is I turned on NR2 here, and that really drops the noise down, and at that point then I can drag the little green cursor bar, or whatever you want to call it, down right into the noise level, and it does not change the background noise at all, and it gives me, I guess, the greatest possibility of receiving a weaker signal. Once again, your signal's quite good, it's okay, and things like that. I just don't know what the actual last meter reading is, or how many dB above the noise level you are. WB6JFH, K0JTA.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. Oh, very good, yeah. You came up a little bit to about S9 on that one, so it's working pretty good right at the moment. See if we get some other takers at the bottom of the hour and stuff like that. Like this. Yesterday, just to see what it's like when we got home. The clinic, and I was hearing somebody from Europe on there. This was middle afternoon, like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, something like that. So, what they say is that they're having issues with their provider, so there might be some breakups and stuff like that. Yeah, but it seems to work fine for me, so just have to get used to how to tune those things versus tuning a real radio and stuff. Other than that, nothing really new out here. We're enjoying the cooler weather. Over the last couple weekends has been Hill Day, and Hoop Fest is one of the big events in downtown Spokane. 3-on-3 basketball. And then there's been some other events in the other counties and stuff like that, so we're getting busy with all these special events and stuff. So, and I guess there's one next weekend, whatever, right? So, the hands up here get pretty busy with the bike races, the fun run, and stuff like that. And I usually get involved in because I'm on Dallas's on Saturdays, I kind of miss out a lot of that stuff now. Back to you, K0JTA, WB6JFH, go ahead.
Okay, well good. Okay, on the dialysis, interrupting your otherwise normal activities and this kind of stuff. Yeah, well, sorry about that, of course. You mentioned something about, was it you're in Europe or the UK? Yeah, I'm good on that, but you were mentioning something about the ISP, so there's an internet service provider issue, and I did not understand that. JFH, here's K0JTA, over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. Yeah, I was using the Utah Web SDR website, and there's actually 3 of them. One of them is for the low band stuff like 60, 80, 40. Number 2 is for 40, 20, 17, 15. So number 3 is 10, 6. I think they even said they had 2 meters running too. Anyway, the Utah Web SDR website is having problems with their provider. They're in the process of changing a new provider, and so for a while there's going to be some hiccups, if you like, in the system until they get that all set up and stuff. Apparently, the three sites are separate places. They link the sites together using the ISP, Internet Service Provider. And that's what they're having problems with. So, did that clear that up a little bit, Mike? Go ahead.
Yep, it did. And I'm just bringing up WebSDR number 1 and WebSDR number 2 so I can see what does come up there. Well, so far the page appears to be working. I'm looking at WebSDR, Northern Utah WebSDR, and I don't see any text here. Well, okay, just go ahead and click on WebSDR1 and see what happens. All right, operational notice, yeah, okay, internet connectivity issues at this WebSDR, but it seems like it's working. So now I have to get 20 meters dialed in here, and let's see what WebSDR number 2 has got here. That's the green one. Let's see, operational notice, yeah, same thing there. So they have those same kind of issues. So I don't know what the deal is between them, but yeah. Anyway, WB6JFH, K0JTA, just getting it going here, over.
Okay, Mike, yeah, and due to this frequency, on SDR 2, 3, and you probably be able to bring the blue because the 2 or 3, and they can hear me a little bit. Of course, we both have beams pointing in your direction, so I have assumed that if we pointed at the same, we probably could talk to each other quite well. So, anyway, yeah, try that and see what my signal looks like. I don't have the internet up right now, so I didn't get up early enough to set that all up. So, my days I'll get up early enough to get all that set up and see what it looks like on the Utah website. K0JTA, that would be 6JFH there.
Okay, I had it dialed in here, then I screwed up here. 290 14.340, but yeah, I guess I'm just, I dialed off the darn display. I'm not really sure what to do about that. Doggone it. Okay, I have to 14.284. Okay, doggone it. I'm looking at a window here that starts out at 14.250 and the upper end is 14.290. All right, so that should cover 14.240 here, obviously, but I'm too far up the band. I'm just going to see if I can just click down there. That doesn't help. Yeah, so I'm having a little bit of operational errors down here. Let's see, hit the equal. I can't get a center. Well, how do we do that? K0JTA, over.
I found that you have to use the arrow keys to move the frequency up and down. And so it's going to take you a while to get up to 340. And in the middle of the water, you'll see a little mark. And what you need to do is get the my signal in the middle of that mark. And then you'll be tuned close enough to hear me and stuff like that. You might have to use the arrow keys closest to the center to change and like 10 hertz and 100 hertz have to tuned right in. I look for a keypad that you can 14.340 type thing. I couldn't find one. There must be one there, but I'm just how to get to it. So if you find that out, you can pass that on to me. You know, I'm so used to radios where you can use a keypad to enter the frequency in directly. Both the SDRs and my P900 involve direct entry access. Yeah, working at Hewlett Packard for 22 years, more instruments I played with for direct frequency access too, so really got used to using that versus spinning a knob.
K0JTA, WB6JFH.
Okay, real good. WP6GFH. Here's K0JTA. And this will be the software defined radio group in, well, under 10 minutes. Let's see, I'm looking for a clock here. Okay, 21 after, almost 22 after. It is 22 now. So in about 8 minutes officially it would start, but no big deal either way. Yeah, I was seeing your signal, and I see that my signal out there is really quite robust. Let's see, I guess I have to click on this thing here to see if there's an S meter reading. Yeah, okay, I'm coming in there at S9. But I could see your signal. If I would try to turn it up, though, with my messy lash up here, you know, I'm using this web camera that's got a built-in microphone. I'm using that to pick up the audio that I hear. And that's both my transmit audio into the OBS, which then goes to the YouTube, and then also from my receive signal, which is, you know, acoustically coupled from my local speakers here, and that then goes to the OBS system. But if I turn the volume up on my computer, which now has the web SDR selected, it's got the web browser selected, it goes into feedback. So it's just a matter of trying to figure out what in the world I can do here to make this thing kind of like behave or something like that. Oh well, what can I do? I want to bump my power up just a little bit here, see if I can get about 400 watts. I can easily get it, of course, but I just want to have it there. So I got my percentage of power up. That's a little bit too high. I just want to bring my drag percentage up to, it looks like about 57, 58%, something like that. And that then gives me 400 watts of peak envelope power out of my little ELS 600 amplifier. Anyway, got it running here, but like I say, with my inelegant lash up here, I haven't been able to figure out, and it's always been a challenge for me, especially the sound and the audio paths for Windows. I cannot get my head around what needs to be done there to isolate this stuff. I had the same issue with when I originally set up my Echolink system. Had to help on that, and got it going to some degree to the point that it's okay, so I just back away, and I don't know what I'm doing, but that's the problem. So anyway, so that's the way it goes. Otherwise I'd be able to pump the audio in from the web SDR also. But once again, looking at my signal here, it's lighting it up nice and brightly and this kind of stuff. WB6GFH, and what will be the software-defined radio group in a few minutes. This is K0JTA. Go ahead, David. Over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, sounds like it's a challenge right now. Maybe for the computer you're using for web SDR.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of a challenge, stuff like that. It's at all set up. You know, when you were live streaming years ago, I wouldn't speak to our cartridge.
That live stream went to we paid whatever they did.
That's too tempting to set up a large.
And like I said, I'll get everything set up so I can look at your signal from your point of view, go to one of their website, see what the signal is right there. So anyway, yeah, it is a challenge, You know, I remember when I first started in SDR 2015, one of the first comments I read was SDR radio are not your grandfather's radio. They're not taking it out of the box. Everything is out there. A lot of the tweets and investments. I'm still making investments trying to see if I can get a little bit better performance out of this one. anyway, it's a challenge, and for me, I like challenges, so going through those challenges, eventually I'll get networking done, so I can network playing, and that's still a challenge for me. So I'll learn a little bit about networking, and be able to use it. I can get involved in so many exercises on Saturdays, but I don't know how much use I'll be, because one of them has the needle for the training, so you can't really do it. Partially, left arm, right, so left-handed, so well, we'll see. And I do have a stand that I can put in my lap and hold up like a tablet or something like that to operate. And of course, headphones, because I'm sure that people that claim to want to hear all the noise, stuff like that, from typing, signals, well, most of them. There's one lady that she's in there's a room in there that has one of the chairs in it. And she's in there, and she's the only one that doesn't have to have earphones to watch the TV. And she cranks that thing up so high that I'm the chair next to the room. I can hear everything she's watching. So earphones for me is to protect me from the stuff that she's watching compared to the stuff I'm trying to watch. So, hey, you know how that goes. You've been in the clank enough to know all those kinds of things. So K0JTA, WB6JFH, go ahead.
Okay, well, good. WB6JFH, K0JTA. Yeah, very, very interesting. And yeah, I've sat through those same kind of things, you might say, with my infusion of the, because of the cancer and this kind of stuff, the chemo infusion is what I was trying to say. And yeah, it's just one of those things. Daytime TV is not very much fun to watch at best, but if you're only getting the audio, that makes it worse yet, you might say. But I don't know, one time there was somebody that was snoring, and then one of the attendants came in and she said, does it bother you? I can wake her up. She said, no, heck no, that's a peaceful sound to me, so I enjoyed it. And she said she's obviously having a good rest, so please don't wake her and this kind of stuff, because it was just to me it was like, say, it's a peaceful sound. I don't have any problem at all with that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, let's see here. I'm gonna click that, and oops, I clicked too many things here. Anyway, so I'm just trying to get things going here. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, we're getting darn close. It should entertain the possibility of getting this thing going here, just in case somebody's going to be checking in. I kind of doubt it, because it's such poor conditions, so really rough. But let's see, I'll pass that back to you just for another quick thing there. I suppose you've heard snoring there too. That's my point of interest, you might say, and once again, to me, it was a good thing. I don't know, obviously. So at any rate, WB6JFH, what will be the SDR group meeting here, they might say. If there's anybody out there, go ahead there, David, K0JTA.
Yeah, the guy that sits next to me, he's snoring. He's not putting TV on, but he's falling asleep. I can hear him snoring, so even over the noise machine, all the other noises, asleep. I'll get him to watch that box. I said, we need rest. No problem here. Stuff like that. And then there's the person next to him. A lady. And she kind of moans a little bit. No, I'm not sure if one of the things that happens with valve street is you get cramped. Your hands or your feet get cramped up because it takes fluid out a lot quicker than you would normally go. And so she, when I can see her, she's always trying to squeeze her hand they're crapping up on her, trying to get them on cramps and stuff. And I've had some of that too, so I know what she's going through. So anyway, the topic in cause to see if there's other people out there, so we'll go out and give it back to you so you can be the master of ceremony. K0JTA, WB6JFH friend.
Okay, WB6JFH, K0JTA. Yeah, it's too bad there's not much activity, and the propagation is so darn poor and this kind of stuff. And of course, I've stopped putting the reminders in the various groups and this kind of stuff, and that also helps. It doesn't help, but it makes the attendance a lot lower. But there's just so many. I mean, the conditions have been just so terribly bad here. It seems like for the last, must be about a year or so, a long time. At any rate, I'll say, well, I liked your thing, by the way, as far as calling QST to the SDR group. QST, the SDR group. I had refrained from using that because this is not actually an ARRL affiliated gathering, net, whatever you want to call it. I know that when I run the Minnesota Section Phone Net, for example, that is sponsored by the ARRL, so there, when I call it to order, it seems like everybody else uses CQ, this is the Minnesota Section Phone Net, for example. Well, I use QST, this is the Minnesota Section Phone Net, and so on, because it makes better sense to me. Well, at any rate, I guess you could use either one, CQ or QST. This is the SDR group. If you'd like to be able to see what I'm seeing and hear what I'm hearing to some degree, use your web browser and go to K0JTA.com and look me up. My call is K0JTA. K0JTA. My name is Mike and I'm located near Hampton, Minnesota. The call once again is K0JTA. Once you've looked that up in K0JTA.com, at the top of the page, there's a great red link. There's a red link. Click on that. That will take you to YouTube, which then, once you're there, you can look in the upper left-hand portion of that screen, and you should see one of the items that says Live Now. Click on that, and you're all done. It should feed you the live video. So, let's see. Once again, my name is Mike. I'm located in southeastern Minnesota, and I'm running an Andron 7000 DLE, running about 34 watts, something like that, into a little ALS 600 amplifier. That then is feeding through an antenna tuner, that is. So it's feeding my 75 meter loop antenna, which is about 35 feet off the ground. And anybody else that would like to join in, this is K0JTA standing by, over. Here's something way down the background. David, are you hearing anything? This is K0JTA, over.
I heard something sound like Mike Foxtrot, but not enough to actually copy here. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't even pick that much off. The Mike Foxtrot station, sorry I'm not able to hear you. If you can hear me, go to K0JTA.com. Tune me in, not tune me in, but go to K0JTA.com and look up K0JTA, Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha. Once you're there, go to the, at the top of the page, there's a red link. Click on that red link and you'll be able to, it will take you to YouTube. Once you're there, click on the upper left-hand portion of that screen and you'll be given the live video and audio as poor as it is, but it's the best I can do at this particular point out here in the sticks of rural Minnesota. And once you're there, then there is a chat window in the YouTube page, and you'll be able to identify yourself and this kind of stuff, but just not able to copy you. Once again, this is K0JTA. This is the SDR group, looking for any possible check-ins or relays for this group. Come ahead now. Over. Yeah, nothing here. David, anything? Here's K0JTA, over.
Nothing heard here. The station is called in and it's not, well, it may not be strong enough for me to hear. Something like that. They're calling out.
website. And because, really weak out here, I didn't get any kind of number, so I don't have a clue where he's at. So anyway, couple options maybe to try and stuff like that. We'll see what happens. K0JTA, WB6JFH.
Okay, WB6JFH and the SDR group. This is K0JTA. I can't monitor, but I could watch for a signal there on the SDR Utah web SDR page. Station trying to check in. Try one more time. I'll see at least if I can see your signal. Here's K0JTA standing by. Nothing at all. So, okay, well, that's about it. Anybody else would like to check in? Come ahead now. K0JTA standing by. Over. Gulf Mexico. I didn't get the full call. I think it was an 8. Gulf Mexico. Come ahead. Over. Could have been a 5 this time. I'm sorry. It's just really, really, really tough for me to be able to pick you out. My name is Mike. I'm located in southeastern Minnesota. So if you have a beam antenna, aim it toward Minnesota. This is K0JTA standing by. Over. Heard something in there, David, but now he's gone. Here's K0JTA standing by for whoever would like to check into the software-defined radio group. K0JTA standing by. Over.
You covered it up, Mike, when you started transmitting. He was transmitting. Signal was just coming up to maybe
Okay, didn't realize it was jumping. Yeah, see if you can pick them up. Maybe he's hearing you, David. WB6JFH and the SDR group. This is K0JTA. Over.
Alright, this is Whiskey Bravo 6 Juliet Foxtrot Hotel, part of the SDR user group. The station was White Foxtrot in it. Could you try again? You were just starting to come up here, so maybe I might be able to pick you up for that. No copy now, go ahead.
Okay, just thinking he could be watching on YouTube, and of course there's quite a time delay there. So if you're watching on YouTube, if you can ignore the audio from the YouTube presentation, you might say, and just listen to your receiver. But maybe you can't hear me on the radio. At any rate, so I'll just take a good long standby. In my case, my delay here is about 14 or 15 seconds. It's a very long delay. I'm out here in the sticks of rural Minnesota, and our internet service is fairly crappy, to make a long story short. So I'll stand by and take your time. Once you have been able to listen to me on the YouTube channel, go ahead and come back, and I think we're going to be able to hear you. It's rather interesting. K0JTA standing by. Over. Signal was actually pretty good there before. I was watching my signal here, and I waited until I could see myself stop transmitting, and waited a few more seconds. Nothing there. So yeah. Anyway, that's the way it goes. Let's see. There was something that I had come across, David, as far as connecting on the remote connection, this kind of stuff. I can't think of the name of the darn thing now. It was about 7 letters long, and it began with A, which of course that does not tell you much. But I think the point was that you could use this for like in a Wi-Fi extension or something like that. I don't want to use I shouldn't be using the term Wi-Fi because I don't think that's the correct application for that particular use or what the actual product is. But it was a software slash hardware based kind of a situation there. So anyway, well, I don't know if your pilot friend is entertaining the possibility or thought of using Wi-Fi to couple, or if he's talking about possibly using the same radio interface that he has at his house that he uses to connect to his friend. I think he said that he was his friend is an ex-classmate, so it's an old lifelong friend, you might say. But I'm not sure what he was using by comparison. It would be interesting to see if you can glean some information. Send me an email on that, and I won't disclose it over the air, but just so that I could, figure out what's going on there. So it just would be really kind of fun to be able to follow what's going on. His efforts and his thoughts are very good, but of course the progress is limited by his work schedule, number one. Number two, he's got to go over there and be able to check out, I suppose, and see if he's able to get a signal. And at that point, you'd be able to see the equipment, perhaps. I don't know, but I don't even know where this other this other enterprise is. Somehow I thought that it was northeast of you guys, but I'm not really sure. WB6JFH, K0JTA, over.
K0JTA, and hopefully a little bit of a group, WB6JFH. Yeah, very good, Mike. I was just thinking that I haven't heard from him, and now we're heading into the second week of July, so I have to send him an email and see if he's still able to come over here and we can discuss it and maybe start working on stuff like that. So I'm writing it down in my notes to send him an email later today and see what happens. See if he's still able to make it. So that's a good thought. And there's not been a lot of discussion in the user group about using the capability to read server. Like you could do with 710 whatever when you don't. And I keep looking to see if there's upgrade to see it. And so far it's still the 267 type. I'm not quite sure what happened. That the developers like Warren, running away on the keyboard, for those keep advancing. They said that the networking stuff would be a work in progress, so they'd be working on that too. But I don't see any progress. Maybe they're all and they do know the summertime people are out of it. They're working on stuff like this right now. But the big point was that you just need it to use it like I'm using it, stuff like that. And I thought, well, like power SDR. There for a while we had one release after another now. It seemed like about every week there was a new release on stuff. So I don't know. Is it that things
are kind of slowing down for progress on our radios tonight. No, because as far as coverage go, 3.4.9. They're still we're going to be expanding it as the features that seem to be slowed down as well. So, I don't know, it's my impression that maybe they've got to a point where it's not a big priority to keep developing. I don't, that's just my impression. K0JTA, WB6JFH,
Okay, WB6JFH, K0JTA. Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't noticed. I'm looking at my, what do you call it here, the other computer where I have YouTube running, watching the video and this kind of stuff. I see that there are 2 people watching at this particular point. Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, here's a message from K6UM. It says, hello, Mike. No propagation for me here today. DEKI6UM. So, yep, okay. Well, good afternoon, Lou. Sorry about the propagation. Yeah, it's just, we've been fighting this just terrible propagation here for such a long time. By the way, someplace, I'm not sure where now, it wasn't in QST, but it was some other user group or something like that. The mention was that we're officially beyond the bottom of our present 11-year sunspot cycle, and so from this point it should be getting better. Well, we're not seeing much improvement, of course, but these things do move quite slowly. David, you had mentioned a user group using some method to connect remotely to Icon radios. Well, yeah, we have a lot of that kind of stuff, but the problem is all of them, as far as I know, require an internet connection. So unless you had something more on that, some other method, I guess that's just pretty much a dead issue at this particular point. And as far as the Thetis progress, well, yeah, it is summertime, so I can see that, people have other activities and things like that. So that's about the way it goes. Of course, they got the one very active guy down there in New Zealand, and he would be the exception, but he, of course, is employed and things like that too. So, just can't be expecting a heck of a lot for all these people. That's for darn sure. So, anyway, so let's see. Something else you're mentioning, and I forget now. Well, at any rate, here's K0JTA. This is the SDR group. Anybody out there would like to join in? K0JTA. Let's see. Can't even hear myself on the Utah web SDR. Lou says. So interesting. Yeah. So I'm hearing. I can see you, David. I'm not. Of course, I don't know if I would be able to see Lou. So apparently he was watching himself on the Utah web SDR, and he was not hearing himself or seeing himself there, which is kind of interesting too. So. Yeah, kind of different there. At any rate, let's see. Anybody would like to join into the SDR group? This is K0JTA. I'll take a short standby. Over. Yep, nothing here. So I guess that's the way it goes for the time being. Let's see. Let's see. I'll get my hardware configuration. I was just going to look at something here. Yeah, my firmware version is 2.7. I just was kind of curious about that. And yeah, like you, I'm using HPSDR version 3.4.9. Of course, that's working really well. So as far as any advancements in this kind of stuff, I guess I'm just fine with that. If we get advancements, well, fine, that would be nice. But I mean, it certainly would not be a necessary or needed thing at this particular point, because it seems like everything that I want to do with this thing works really, really, really nicely. So, that's about the way that goes. Doing B6JFH in the SDR group. This is K0JTA. Over.
Right now is very buoyant. Literally, a couple weeks ago, the signals were above us, and a lot of signals usually go on. It's just quiet right
like is going on this weekend is at the other end of the range, like our TC5, EW or something like that, so the noise frequencies get pretty quiet. Something like that. That's for propagation on Friday. Well, here in the West Coast, we got a name. We got a net confidence time on 40 meters. And 40 meters was so bad that most of us couldn't hear it and anybody else. That was beautiful. Around 10 in the morning to go to whatever is over downtown, which is usually about 1:30 or 2. And usually get around 400 or 500 chickens. 4 hours. Well, Friday they were only about 150. Because people just couldn't hear it for that. Not only that, but it was so noisy that the noise reduction. Number 2, when the people were cleaning that all up, there's so much noise there that, you know, there's a limit to when they're going to the noise reduction stuff to do. Of course, they could have gone in and changed the depth of it, I guess. I didn't think about that until now. Because of all settings we need to be working for me. But anyway, so, yeah, we're just crummy. Looks like 20 is holding up a little bit, but it's just to be crummy. Your 6 is starting to just down a little bit. So anyway, so yeah, I hope we're on the upswing for the cycle. It's still pretty fun. K0JTA.
Okay, JFH can stand by. Somebody else on frequency here. K0JTA standing by. I see somebody, I heard somebody testing on there. Maybe they're watching on the, what do you call it, YouTube thing or what, I'm not sure what. Anybody would like to join in, put through the SDR rule. This is K0JTA. My name is Mike. I'm in southeastern Minnesota. Over.
Okay, Mike. My name is Greg. Call from the Echo Golf. This is call with M3TU. We're just testing here. We're getting ready to expand the frequency up here. But thanks for letting me know you're out on this one. Apparently you got something hooked up here. You're 5 by 9 out here.
Okay, real good. I think you said your name is Greg. I missed your call sign. If you'd give me that, please. Over.
Okay, the call is November 3 Tango Uniform. November using special event station K2 Echo over here. Over.
Very good. I'm a special event station. Okay, real good. You're not wildly strong, but I'm able to hear you. I'm also watching on WebSDR2 out there in Utah. I cannot see your signal there, and things like that. If you want to be able to see what your signal looks like and what it sounds like, if you have a computer there, go to QRZ.com, look my call up. My call once again is Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha K0JTA, K0 Japan, Tokyo, America. Once you're there, there's a red link at the top of that page. Click on that. That will take you to YouTube. And once you're there, there's one of the icons in the upper left-hand portion of the page will have some red text under it. It says something like Live Now. Click on that, and then you're there. So if you just have the interest. But very good on your special event station. Number 3 Tango Uniform. Greg, go ahead. K0JTA, over.
Okay, very good. Thank you for that information there. We're trying out the inverted L antenna here. I have trouble listening on the G5RV, so I'm going to throw the 75 meter L and try it out here. I got lower noise level here. I didn't know if there's turning the frequency. Come back to it. Thank you for coming back and for the pleasure meeting with
Okay, I think you might have my call incorrect. The call once again is Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha K0JTA. or Japan, Tokyo, America. Japan, Tokyo, America. Your signal is fading down, but I just will let you listen to how you're coming in here. This is just the first few seconds of your signal. You're now mildly strong, but 100% copyable. Here it comes. Anyway, you get the picture there. It's just not very strong here. Conditions are just, as you well know, they're not terribly good. N3 Tango Uniform, K0JTA, over.
That's really cool. So let me know. Number 2, K0JTA. This is N3TU. That's all.
Okay, real good. I missed the first part of your transmission. Sorry about that. But yeah, if you want to hook up your G5 RV and come back, that'll be kind of interesting to see how that would compare. So yeah, I've had really poor luck with my end-fed antennas, including the inverted also. I think if in my case I did not have them properly or correctly installed, so that's going to make a big difference there. 7-3 then, Greg, good luck, and 3 Tango Uniform, K0JTA. Bye-bye, over.
Roger, 335.
Okay, on the Kilo side of V335, the other person there coming in quite nicely here is K0JTA and Mike in southeastern Minnesota, over. No, I guess not. Yeah, I could see some activity down there in 14.335, so I guess they moved off right away there. Well, go ahead there, David. As well as you give another just short standby. Anybody else who would like to join into the software-defined radio group? This is K0 Juliet Tango Alpha. Come in, over. Nothing here. Go ahead there, David. K0JTA, over.
K0JTA. Okay, Mike, here's the N3. Just barely. You can see it on Canada. Just coming out of noise from everyone. I'm not sure who that was. He was a little bit stronger, I think. Yeah.
I missed your last question. Give me that again, please, over.
Well, I heard he was actually a event patient, but I didn't hear what was the special event. Did you happen to copy that, Joanne?
I did not fully understand that. I did understand he was a special event station, and yes, also, by the way, that second station was much louder to me also. Go ahead, over.
What the special event station on, or, there's been all kinds of special event stations on. We kind of like to work those guys, and we have another call to put it on for section stuff. What do you run out here? Does everything go
WB6JFH and the SDR group. This is K0JTA. Yeah, I missed a fair amount of the last portion of your transmission, I'm sorry to say. Conditions are, of course, just quite poor, and so that's about all I guess I can do at this particular point. So, let's see. Yeah, that N3 station being especially vented, I was seeing signals down there at 14.335, so that they are conversing back and forth. I did not fully understand, but he mentioned he was going to be trying out a G5RV. His antenna was, at this particular point, and when I talked to him, it was a inverted L antenna, but he was going to try out the inverted V. I said the inverted V, the G5RV. But he had an inverted L antenna at this particular point. So I guess without knowing much about his particular installation with his inverted L, I would assume that the G5RV would likely produce a better signal. But at any rate, well, not much else going on around here. Yeah, go ahead and shake the chain of your pilot friend there and this kind of stuff. If you happen to get some information as far as what kind of a mashup he's got to hook up to his friend's internet service, or if you can describe it to me, send me an email. I'd just be really, really curious about that. Also, please tell me where this other enterprise is, the business. I know that there's a city that's northeast of you, and I guess somehow I was just kind of assuming that this business was northeast of both of you. So, WB6GFH, K0JTA, over.
K0JTA. You know, the business, the site that my friend uses is a business it's northwest of me, and it's basically due north of him. Going through the valley on the other side of that ridge, north of the Google Earth picture up to the hill between us. It forms another valley called Williams Valley, and this other business is in that valley, so he's got a direct shot to him, and that's how he can make that work and stuff. So, yeah, it will, I'm going to have prices here in a little while. After that, I'll shoot off an email to him and ask him, if he's still able to come out here this month, and ask him some questions about what system he's using. And if I get that, then I'll forward that stuff to you. So we'll see. I'm still expecting him to, notify me sometime. I thought it would be before we get too deep into July when he might be able to be out here. But we'll see. I know his schedule varies. Just like that, may have had an idea of today and working things up for him. How it works out. He's always getting in the way of our fun stuff. So, you know how that goes. So anyway, and whenever I get back, I'll forward it to you. K0JTA, WB6JFH.
Okay, real good. WB6GFH, K0JTA. I've brought up Google Earth here, and let's see, gotta zoom in a little bit further here. I see that directly north of Rob is a city called Clayton, and actually, let's see, I think that could beam maybe about 010 degrees. In your case, you'd have to maybe dial in about maybe 20 or 30 degrees to the west. So, but you're about equidistant. And as far as the lay of the land, you said that he's looking across the valley to this city, and I guess this city would be Clayton. Is that where it is? Over.
I think it's somewhere around Clayton. Clayton's on the east side of 395. The city is, but there's a lot of homes that have Clayton addresses around the west side of 395. 395 is the main highway that goes up.
They're known for bricks and hamburgers, I guess. K0JTA, WB6JF Express.
Okay, real good. Well, very, very, very fascinating. And it turns out that I guess you had mentioned your friend's name and his call sign. I do have that here. I won't give it over the air. But his name is Rob. So, but I got him located. I also did locate the Clayton City there. Now, in his case, he is 6.8 miles, and the heading is well, just about 7 degrees. In your case, then, let's see, I have to put it down there. And oops, I gotta click it again there. Get up there, and in your case, you're about 7.8 miles, and the heading is 337 degrees, 337 point, a very small amount. So, but you're almost the same distance, 6.8 versus 7.7 miles. So, the thing would be to consider the lay of the land and things like that. I see just north of both of you there, I'm glancing at a very well zoomed out image here on Google Earth, but I see a lot of foliage that follows a path, and that usually would be indication of a river. And going further up there, let's see, actually that's maybe, I can go and find out actually this river here at the closest point is 0.36 miles, but actually in the direction of Clayton is 1.02 miles, 1 mile. So, and then further up there's another river, and that's 3.5 miles on the way to Clayton, so maybe that's kind of a valley there. But just glancing at this here, your friend is actually looking over the more river areas, and in your case you'd have to be going not over a hill. I really can't see what the elevation is here. I have to sit and study it. But the big thing is that there's not a lot of difference as far as the range, the difference there. So, boy, this is sounding pretty darn exciting though. WB6JFH, K0JTA, over.
Follow Rockton Road, goes over the hill and goes to Point. And he's on the other side of the fence. Exactly, I don't, but exactly right on. Crosses over, which changes the name, or he's the one next mile. Next mile north of them. But he's pretty much to west. When we were playing with a mode called Whitmore, he and I could communicate back and forth and practice using it anytime or day or night. So it's all groundwork. But that was on 80 meters, not on Wi-Fi type signal like 2.4 gigahertz or something like that. So fire off an email this afternoon and see the plan. Maybe start talking about equipment, things like that. We'll see if that's still in his plan. Like I said, I'll forward I'll forward that to you. Now, I might be flying today, so I leave it up here. Something maybe in the middle of the week. Or maybe later, I don't know. When he flies to Hawaii. So here you got to fly to San Diego. Then from San Diego. Yeah, to get 16 hours or something like that, the rest. So, we'll see what happens, and I'll let you know via email, but K0JTA,
WB6JFH and the SDR group. This is K0JTA. K real good. I missed some of that stuff. I shouldn't say K real good because I did miss some of that stuff. So it's like me, I'm sorry, it's like me giving you a Roger 59. Give me your call sign again slowly. Actually, I caught a lot more than that. But yeah, as far as your schedule and this kind of stuff, yeah, you have to kind of accommodate that. And I know that I have a pilot friend who is now retired, but he used to fly the 747 freighters out of Anchorage, and so he'd have to deadhead from Minneapolis to Anchorage to be able to get up there in time. Sometimes he'd have a direct flight, sometimes he'd have to go through Seattle, sometimes he'd have to ride Alaska Air, things like that. So your friend having to go to San Diego to pick up his flight to Hawaii and this kind of stuff, yeah, that's going to be quite an interesting but not uncommon thing. I believe I do have his location here, and I got looking at it, I zoomed in, and his driveway from north of Prufer or Crosscut Road, P-R-U-F-E-R or Crosscut Road, his driveway is about 0.4 miles. It's mostly straight north, and then it veers to the right, then it veers to the left, and it goes to what might be almost like a circle drive up to his house. But that's the place I think that we had determined that he was living at. I could have the wrong place there, but this was the one that I thought we had identified here a long time ago. So, but yep, well, yeah, don't bug him to death, but do keep on him, and by the way, I did look, I just very slowly dragged my cursor on Google Earth from your location to that city that's up north there, and I have to zoom back to be able to see what that city is again. Let's see, I gotta zoom further back. Okay, yeah, Clayton. At any rate, I just basically was able to zoom, not zoom it, I was able to drag my cursor along from your location to Clayton. And I noticed that, the elevation is climbing. I figured, okay, this is going to be a hill, but actually it continues to climb up to Clayton. So Clayton is roughly 22 or 2,233 feet, and your location is 2064, and as I go between it goes 21, 22, 21, and then 22, 24, and this kind of stuff, but it looks like the path is pretty darn good. So, but anyway, it shows promise. Well, at any rate, conditions are getting to be relatively rough. It's getting worse and worse and more difficult for me to be able to hear you. And I guess I'll just go ahead and say 7.3 for the time being, unless you had something further. I noticed I'm still watching the WebSDR for the Utah site, the WebSDR2 for the sdrutah.org site, and I got it dialed into the 14.340, and I see lots of white on the panoramic adapter, white and pink, and I guess that's me talking because that's just the way it looks here. But yeah, the path looks darn promising. That certainly is a lot better than between you and Rob. You're a lot closer, but the problem is there's a huge hill that's just right halfway between you guys. At any rate, I'll say 7.3 unless you have something further because it's going to be pretty darn rough. Have a good week. Keep me posted. WB6JFH, this is K0JTA. Over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. that time too, I dropped down to about an S2 and then started bearing signal in the north floor. And after so, just kind of hanging up and try again next week. So we'll keep you posted. Keep you posted about things go and go from there.
One question. Are you seeing an AM station just above us? AM station just above us that's on?
There's one that's strong enough that he's just starting to bleed into our frequency. So, anyway, we'll say 73. Have a good afternoon. Have a good week, and we'll hopefully catch up to you next week. K0JTA, WB6JFH. Have a good afternoon, Mike.
Real good. Good copy that time, by the way. WB6JFH, K0JTA. Yes, I could see that station you're talking about. I was noticing that earlier, but I'm not hearing a darn thing. And even though I got my noise floor, my AGC gain is green line is right there in the noise floor. Just to make sure your Rob's driveway, does it go straight north for maybe 0.2 or so miles, and then bend to the right a little bit to the northeast, northeast, and then bend to the left to the northwest, and then go up to his house? Is that his location? Because just a little bit closer to you, there's another place that's got about a straight driveway that goes up about 0.2 or so miles, and then basically heads northwest. So which one is Rob's? Over.
I don't know, Mike. I've never been to his house. Never been to his house, so I don't know which one it is. I know it's not Hoover. There's Crosscut when it reaches Clinton. On the west side of Clinton, it changes to Hoover. And if you follow that, those take to all kinds of turns and twists to go through the hills to get down to the Smoky River and stuff. I don't know what kind of vicinity he had, so I don't know if you can take to Google Earth and zoom down enough where you can see it identified. I don't know what it is for last I heard it was on a wire antenna, but I don't know if that's for sure anymore or not. So anyway, we'll catch up to you next week on K0JTA, WB6JFH.
Okay, all good. I do have his call sign here too, and I hope I have it correct ending in RF, Romeo Foxtrot. And I did look him up, and I have Plufer Crosscut Road. So I'll go ahead and just I'll take that address. I'll just paste it into Google Earth, or I can paste it into another webbing situation there. But this is definitely the guy, because I'm looking at a picture of an interior of a cockpit and things like that. So, yep, this is the guy without a doubt. Alright, I'm going to read his webpage. He's got a lot of stuff going on there too. Anyway, 7-3 then, thanks for the chat. Have a good week, hopefully. WB6JFH, this is K0JTA, clear with you, 7-3, over.
73, Mike, have a good week. WB6JFH, clear.
Yep, K0JTA, clear.
Mike Sierra Bravo.
It's WB2 Mike Sierra Bravo, I think it is.
Bravo 2, Mike Sierra Bravo. Solar portable out on the back porch, just practicing with the solar panels and the batteries.
Okay, parked on the back porch, WB2 MSP. I was going to record you. You're coming in here actually pretty darn good. My name is Mike, and I'm in southeastern Minnesota. WB2 Mike Sierra Bravo. This is K0JTA. Go ahead.
20 Juliet Tango Alpha, the 5 and 9 on Rhode Island. We're about 55 miles east of New York City. And I hope to see you.
Okay, I don't know if you turned it over or not. You faded down there, but I did record your signal. Here it comes. Okay, that's the end of my recording, but okay, really good for coming in a long line. I think you said you were on your back porch Quite interesting. So you're developing a darn good signal. WP2MSB, K0JTA. Go ahead, over.
Hey, hello, Roger. Well, we're still finding out. Thanks for that recording. I think I found a little like $50, but I guess that's okay. My voice usually goes up if you want to, off the radio. I'm not sure. Usually, this is back on the Windows Valley, and the Linux, the playing on the blog here in the front. And it's generating me about 16 volts. I just can't talk that long because the voltage drops when I do. But usually I'm up at the lighthouse nearby here. It's too hot today.
Okay, I believe you turned it over again. Okay, and your lash up, and I'm missing part of that, but you mentioned 16 volts, so I'm assuming that you're on solar power, which is rather interesting also. My goodness, you got a lot of interesting stuff going on there. And okay, and you're normally being out at the lighthouse. That's kind of a fascinating thing too. So you must be doing some operation from the lighthouse location then, which is quite interesting. But, yep, at any rate, you're making the path out here to southeastern Minnesota, and so congratulations on that. If you might mention how much power you're running and what your antenna is. WB2MSB in Long Island, K0JTA, over.
I'm using a FT857D, and the antenna is an alpha military vertical. It's got the famous steel notch with it.
Okay, real good. FD857, alpha vertical. Okay, real good. All right, excellent. Over. Okay, I didn't copy that last part. I don't know if I was doubling with you. I may have. I can never really tell for sure if you have turned it over to me or if you just simply quit talking or what. Signal's not that good, so it's having the over really does help out a lot. So at any rate, unless you had something further, I'm going to QRT here and get upstairs. Actually, I'm on the main deck of the house here, so I'm looking across the Cannon River Valley, and I can see the other end of the valley, which is about 25 miles away from me. And so with that, I'm on the main floor of the house, to make a long story short. But I'll go up by another half deck to the kitchen because I can smell some food up there, I think. So unless you had something further, I'll say 7-3. Good signal though from Long Island. WP2MSB, K0JTA, I'll say 7-3. Over.
K0JTA, this is WP2MSB. Yeah, 73. Thanks very much for the Q-call and for the radio check. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the summer and stay cool up there. WP2MSB, 74.
Okay, real good. I got about 78 degrees right now, and you're about an S7, S8, something like that. So signal is going up and down at this particular point, is going up. So good. 7-3 then. K0JTA is QRT.